Good day again, grade 12s. We're continuing with urban settlement, looking specifically at the different functions of urban settlements right now. So, urban settlements are further classified into sort of a main function, bearing in mind that this function can in fact change over time. If we look at rural areas, they're normally focused on one function. We in fact classify rural areas as unifunctional, and those are normally primary functions, which is the fishing, farming, forestry, and sometimes some mining. Urban settlements are more focused on secondary, tertiary, and quaternary functions. However, mining also comes into it. If we look at our own hometown here in Polokwane, there are numerous mines around the area that also support the economy. These different functions divide settlements into three main categories. You've got the central places, which are sort of there just to provide services and goods to surrounding smaller areas. Now, central places don't all have to be massive cities. They could just be bigger centres than the smaller settlements around them. Trade and transport settlements. These specifically, we're looking at places like Richards Bay, which is a harbour settlement. Junction towns, Daar. The saying used to be that all railways in South Africa went through Daar. And then there are gateway towns like Worcester, which is at a gap in a mountain range. So you literally can't go anywhere else. You have to go through that space. And then break of bulk centres. These would also be classified up there with harbours. Places like this, you have, for example, a ship coming in with huge, big shipping containers, and then at the center, those containers are divided up into smaller shipments that go out in trucks, on railway carriages, and so on, and they get sent out to different places. Specialized centers, these are urban centers that have got a very specific main function. Let's have a look at these. So examples of specialized towns, we've got mining, that would be Rustenburg, and then Kimberley as well, where diamonds were discovered. Education, most definitely Grahamstown, and also closer to home is Potchefstroom. Industrial towns, cities, that would be Secunda, Sasolburg. Resort towns, we'd all like to be in a resort town. This frog here at the bottom, he definitely looks like he's in a resort town. So a good example there is Margate. And then commuter centres. These are sort of where people live in the town but don't normally work, or most of the people don't work in that town, so they commute into a different centre. Here we've got Shesheku. A lot of people live there, but then they work in Polokwane and the surrounding areas. Next up, urban hierarchies. Here we've got a ranking system for urban places, and we just need to know that urban centres are ranked definitely because of the size of the population, but also remember it's because of the complexity of the functions that are offered in the centre. So if we look here, it goes from right at the bottom, isolated dwelling, or what we refer to as isolated farmsteads. Hamlet, village, small town, large town. It goes on to cities, and then here's a super word, conurbation. So conurbation actually means a continuous urban area. It forms where different towns eventually, they grow bigger and bigger, and they merge into each other. And so you can't see where one ends and the other one starts. So in South Africa, we've got the Witwatersrand. And this would be a merging together of Joburg, Boksburg, Pretoria, Midrand, Sandton. That whole region has merged together to form a conurbation that we refer to as the Witwatersrand. What we also need to look at here is that the number of these centres, these settlements, decreases as you go up. So what I'm saying here is that isolated farmsteads right at the bottom of the pyramid, there are many of them. And as you go up the pyramid, small towns, there are less small towns than what there are isolated dwellings. And you go further up, conurbation, we only have one in South Africa. So the number of settlements decreases. However, obviously the population is increasing and the number of functions that are offered. That's it. Quick lesson today. Thank you.